Second Tai Chi drill that we want to do is Peng and Lu. In Tai Chi terminology, they often talk about 4 important initial strengths or skills: Peng, Lu, Ji, An. In Yang style Tai Chi, this is the movements that are held within grass bird's tail, with the Peng, Peng, Lu, Ji, and An. We're going to look at the first 2, and we'll do them again. If this is different from how you've learned them and how you've practiced them, don't worry. For the purposes of this exercise, try and look at it as something different from what you've learned in other classes. Keep with what you have been doing as something to continue to practice, and add this as an adjunct, a separate exercise. And then as we again start to look at the principles, you'll find ways to take the principles of it and adapt it to what you're doing, even if the shape of things has minor differences. So Peng and Lu. Peng, unfortunately, has two meanings. The one that we're interested in at first is a pushing forward, Peng. So in this case, we have our hands turning both palms to face front and push out. This is a Peng, meaning a push. The second meaning, which is still relevant, is that it means this expanded strength. So instead of being an action, it's a quality of the posture. And my Tai Chi teacher, Master Jack Yan, describes it as like one of those inflatable dome buildings, like a soccer field or something like that, where there isn't a structure. Everything is a soft structure, and it's the inflated quality of the air pressure that gives the dome its shape. And so what we want is something that has that same expanded quality that holds things in place. Part of that is what I talk about as the frame, finding the alignment. So this comes back to our standing, finding an alignment that takes away excess tension and set things up from uneven posture, a misaligned posture, into something that everything is set more fully into the joints. And then from there, there's an ability to use an expanded quality through the proper lines of force through the body to hold these sorts of shapes. So Peng, in this case, both of these qualities are part of what we're interested in. So as we come through here, first we want to make sure that we have something which is this forward push with the hands, but at the same time we want the structure with the same principles that I talked about before, where the thighs are rotated out, the body is set upright, the shoulders are set down, and that it happens through here. Again, making sure the knee doesn't go too far forward, weight stays over the heels. Peng. Second half, Lu. We just change our position of the hands, we bring them back. We switch the feet, bring the hands over. We can do the same thing here. Peng. Change the hands. Lu. Switch. I'll face the other way. Peng. Reposition the hands. Lu. Bring the hands over. Change the feet. Weight's on the back leg. Shift the weight forward. Reposition the hands. Shift the weight back. Now we'll go through it with me facing the same way as you, so it will be easier to follow, but harder to see what my hands are doing. Starting with the left foot forward. 1. Reposition the hands, shift the weight back. 2. Step back, bring the hands over to the left. Keep the weight on the back leg as the right foot steps forward. Push the hands forward. 1. And 2. Second time. 1. 2. 3. 4. And third time, Pang, Lu. Switch. Good. Kick out the legs. First time through, we're only interested in the broad strokes, wanting to make sure that as we shift our weight forward and back, that the position of the knees don't go too far out, so it stays here. The body doesn't have to move too far forward. And then when we do the second half, same thing here, make sure that the hips and the knees stay in alignment, meaning weight over the heel, trying to keep the knee vertical back and set into the hip. So this kind of posture and finding that weight shift is one of the important things. Making sure that it keeps the knees safe, that the hips are relaxed, the weight is able to transfer easily forward and back, and then that the hands, the shoulders stay down, the hands go forward and back. Now we first get to the first inkling of Yin Power. Pang, pushing forward. This is where we want to have the structure that is expanded, solid, and connected. So this is not a Yin Power. This is a more Yang Power, right? We need something that has a solidity to it so that when we start to take something away, there's a difference. There's a receding of the strength, and that receding of the strength is something that allows the other person to fall into it. So if there's no strength there, then there's nothing for the person to first respond to. So first is to have this so that this feels quite solid and connected. Right? From there, when we reposition our hands, then there's a taking away of strength. Something is pushing this way. And then we want to be able to keep our structure, but move that like a deflection off to the side. Switching sides. Here, find something that feels rounded and connected, relaxed, and with the proper structure. Reposition the hands, set the weight back, and then turn the body slightly. Giving the other person something to press against, press through here. Reposition, take that strength, it's coming in, allow it to come in and then push it, move it off to the side. Forward and back. Switch, forward and back.